Hey there, Cambridge. This is City Councilor Nadeem Mazen coming to you with an update on the Monday, June 15th City Council meeting. It was our first City Council meeting in a couple weeks. Last week's was a roundtable on planning. And this week we had a lot of reports back from the city manager on important issues, but I want to share two policy orders that I'm really proud of. We put them in, they passed. The first one is about food waste and food reclamation. Thousands of pounds of food are wasted every day when supermarkets and food distribution centers have to throw it out. And we are researching an ordinance that would require supermarkets and other food distribution centers to target their waste towards people who are in need. There are already organizations in Dorchester, there's Food for Free, there's other organizations that are working very hard with for-profit establishments to minimize waste, but a law would actually make it much easier for us to work cooperatively with our for-profit food sellers and food distribution centers in order to minimize that waste. The waste itself is appalling, and the fact that there are still people who go hungry in the Commonwealth is itself also a travesty. That's one of the first things that we should be working on as elected officials and as interested residents. So I hope you'll join me in supporting that, and I hope the city comes back with some favorable research that shows us how to make this very basic, very just change a reality. The next policy order that passed is about like a leading interval for bikes that would allow bikes to begin a few seconds before cars. When people driving can see people biking, the chance of collision is much lower. There was some question from emails that I got, well, isn't this going to put pedestrians at risk? Pedestrians have already finished crossing perpendicular to traffic by that point, and the signals have long since shut off and finished counting down. Then there's a few seconds where nothing's happening. That's when pedestrians begin going with traffic, and we want bikes to be able to go with traffic as well. Obviously, with pedestrians and people biking traveling in the same direction, there won't be any collisions between people biking and people walking, but it will allow both people walking and people biking to be more visible to people driving. I think that's good for everyone, and it passed unanimously in council last night. So hopefully we'll see a study just on how to implement that and what the language should be, as well as a more detailed look at what Cambridge's leading interval timings are currently for people who are walking, and make sure that we create something that's safe for all modes of transportation when we look forward to a leading interval for people who are also biking. Thank you. As always, you can reach out to me at nmazen@cambridgema.gov or nadeem@votenadeem.com. We'd love to get you engaged. These policy orders were the product of people getting involved, people with expertise and a desire to change things, coming forward to us and saying, what about this, or what about this language, or what about this research that's performing really well, or these experiments that are performing really well in other cities all over the globe. Cambridge deserves to be at the forefront, and I think we can only get there through your involvement and through your expertise. So I hope you'll reach out, and I thank you for watching.